Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Miranda, and today I'm going to be talking about how I come up with my t-shirt and hoodie designs that I've done. This was requested by someone on Instagram of the process of how I make my templates and stuff like that. And by no means am I a creative genius or very unique in this aspect. I truly just like to make things that I personally would wear and would enjoy wearing. And as you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I do often wear my own stuff that I come up with. And this can be for if you want to sell your own merch. I don't like calling it merch for me because it's just weird. I just make things that I would like, and if you guys also like it, then I make it available for others to purchase. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. I personally use Adobe Photoshop. You don't have to use Photoshop. I'm just familiar with the program and have used it for a while, especially for thumbnails and stuff like that. There are free versions of applications similar to Photoshop. I will try to leave a few down below if I can find them. I've seen so many different threads of people posting about the alternatives to Photoshop, because if you don't want to pay for the application and just the subscription, then there are other options out there for you. But we are going to hop on my PC if I can remember how to screen record. Alrighty guys, so this is my second time filming this because my first screen recording did not show the smaller windows. Super fun, but I am just in Photoshop. You're just going to hit create new, and then usually for text and stuff like this, I typically like to use a pretty large file. This one is 2500 by 2500. I usually make them squares just because for text it just makes it super easy and centered. As you can see, for the Not Your Manic Pixie Dream Girl, I made it a taller file just because I wanted the text. It's a pretty large text, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna go into this, and then you can see we're in pixels, so 2500 for both, and just normal colors. I don't change any of this stuff. And as you can see, we have a square. The text that I'm gonna do first is the boys like girls, because I did make a crew neck that was custom just for myself. I like to do things that just for bands, if they're unavailable, I will typically make my own, like the boys like girls situation. They don't have crew necks, and I really liked this font. This is the Groovy script font. So we are just going to select and then drag. I typically like to fill out the square as much as I can so that when it goes onto a t-shirt, for example, you will get the best quality options, just because typically shirts do shrink. They stretch out the picture, but if it's already a large file, it typically won't turn into really blown out. It won't turn blurry and stuff like that. So we are going to duplicate. I have to make sure all my windows are in here. Now, I just usually don't rename the copy. So now we have the copy, and I want to make this color. We will make the color, I think right now it's red, So I'll make it like a darker, a darker red. So where you can see that there is a difference. And I'm gonna put the original, oh wait, what is it? Oh, this wasn't even red. This was black. We'll make this one red. So the red's on top, the darker is on the bottom, and all I'm gonna do is select the bottom file and then just create. You can do it this way, where you just create like a drop shadow type deal through creating a second layer. Or if you didn't want to create a second layer, you could do one like this. Ooh, you know what? Christmas, she's serving us Christmas vibes. And then you can, of course, change the angle. This is probably an easier way to do it. And you can, you know, determine the size, the angle, stuff like that. And of course, the color, which I probably wouldn't do. I wouldn't do that color of green, like a darker plum. I think is nice. So yeah, I mean, that's just the easiest way to do like font type stuff. I am quite the fan of fonts and stuff like that. I love finding new ones. That one's cute. I think I would use this font for a different band probably. I really enjoy fonts that are more like rough around the edges, where they're not like super clean and perfect. I really love ransom letters, which I do have a whole folder that just has the ransom letters. I like this font a lot too. This one is Commando. Bastards is what I use a lot for my thumbnails. I really like this font a lot. And just more ransom, and of course the VCR, which again I use a lot for like thumbnails and for like the captions in the lower third. So that's for the font stuff. I'll try and leave a link to the download of this font specifically. What I can do is show you guys my font searching process. Usually I'll just type in like grunge font, we'll go to the free fonts, stuff like that, and then I will type in, since this is my second time filming this, I already had Scene Queen typed in. That way you can see what the fonts will look like before you download. I really like fonts like this, where they look like they're spray painted. Again, just rough around the edge type of fonts. They're not perfect. I really like more hand-drawn squiggly ones where they just look cool. At least in my opinion, I like this one a lot. I think I have this one downloaded already. Just make sure that when you are picking out fonts, if you're going to be selling them, like, see, this one's free for commercial use. This one's actually free for commercial use, which I didn't know about. But it tells you if you have to purchase a license before you sell it. Free for personal use means that you can use it for personal projects, like the Boys Like Girls for myself, but you can't profit off of using that font. You would have to purchase a license. But for these, where the font is free for commercial use, that means you can use it, and like I could use this for merch, which I might, to be honest, not gonna lie. We're not trying to get sued in 2021, please. So that is as far as like text goes. When I am creating a new like image design, again going back into the 2500, just because the bigger squares are useful. For a recent shirt design that I actually just made, I'm gonna show you. What did I do for that? I didn't do this. I already forgot how I made it. Okay, so I used O. I used the ransom letter O for this. So what I'm gonna do is, once again, just duplicate and copy, Then I have other files that are of like duct tape. It's kind of a weird thing, but I have stock images of duct tape. Specifically, I don't usually use the duct tape as a letter, but in this case, I came up with the brilliant idea to do so. And by brilliant, I mean, whoops, I thought I copied it. I don't know why I thought I copied it, because I definitely did not do that. So we're going to type XOXO. And then I am going to rotate. I made these a little, like, not as perfect. Like, they're not, when I made the actual design, which I will show you guys the actual, like, final design when I'm done. But this is just the process of doing all that. But I made them so they weren't, like, perfect, if that makes sense. Like the angle, though these look pretty identical, but the actual version of it isn't. And then just trying to make it so they were the same distance away from each other. I thought Photoshop actually, yes. Okay, so there we go. They're all 98 away from each other. And then what we're gonna do is add a drop shadow, which is why I had that green. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to copy the exact green that I had. I don't even know how I did that. Like, how did I even get that color? What a bummer. Okay, I know it wasn't that intense of a green. It was like a really good chartreuse. I don't know how I even did it. We'll do this color. This color works. It's close enough. So we did, and by we, I mean me. I don't remember what angle I had it at. This would be close enough. And then what's nice about Photoshop is that once you do a drop shadow, it does the same one, like over and over again until you change it. So we're just gonna add drop shadows to everything. And again, I'll show you like the actual, what it ended up actually looking like. For the O's, I did adjust the hue so that they weren't red. Right, I lied. This is what I ended up doing. I thought I did drop shadows though. Alright, so never mind about the drop shadows. But for the O's, I did do a different hue. I made it like this color. So plus 60. Plus 60. Whoops. Plus 60 on the O's. Also, I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. The first one was way worse, to be honest. Now let's take off the effects, which I thought I did, but I guess not. I mean, obviously I didn't, but I guess I did. Okay, whatever. And then, of course, remember to make the background transparent. And then just save the image as whatever you want. As far as other wording goes, it actually is pretty hard for me to figure out what I want shirts to say. Like if I'm not doing a band, if I'm actually trying to come up with a concept. Like the Scene Queen is pretty easy. That one wasn't even that bad. I mean, she's cute. The thing is, you gotta keep in mind about how shirts will print versus how an image looks. The colors may not be as vibrant, they may not be as opaque on fabric versus like a digital screen version. But I mean, as far as like words go, that's my hardest thing, is figuring out like what to do for that. And then I can show you other versions of what this was going to be. So we had like just the drop, which is what I currently have. This is the one that I ended up purchasing for myself. We have the all around blob. I think this is different. No, this is it. Oh, this is different text. It's different font. So I like both fonts. I like this one more though because of the scratchy, like it looks more of like a hand drawn. Though this one looks like drawn as well, but you know what I mean. Where this one, it looks more sketchy. This I do have available, and this is just using the ransom notes. But you know, you just edit everything together and then you hope for the best, I guess. So going into Teespring, usually I go into apparel, and then I like to start off with the classic pullover. The inside of these is actually super nice and soft. Granted, you guys don't have to use Teespring, but it's just kind of an example of why using a bigger font can help. So we're just gonna see how the image is already big and the print quality is good, while if it was really small, not really small, if it's really big, typically it'll say that's bad. But I guess in my case, the bigger the file, the better, the higher chance of it being like a good quality is, if that makes, I don't know if that makes sense. Like if it's too small, actually let me just add a different image. Like this is good and this is poor, because it'll be super blown out because the image already is too small. So la-da-dee-la-di-da, we just be adding, you know, the front. I like that size as it is. I ended up purchasing this in this blue color. Is this the royal? Yeah, royal blue. And I like how the black looks against the blue. I like how the more greenish yellow goes against the blue. The back is where the magic really happens. I took these photos the other day, and I never really considered like putting my own photo on like merchandise, but I really like this picture and I thought on the back of a hoodie that would look sick, and I didn't know what to put on the front, so that is when in the first like recording of this I had thought of the XOXO. Let me show you actually the really bad almost like what we almost came up with. Like I you know, I stuck with the duct tape, but I turned duct tape. I took duct tape strips and turned them into a heart, and like this is a cute concept, but Jesus, I'm so glad that I ended up going with the normal duct tape with the ransom letters. But like, it's a process. Like, coming up with stuff is a process, believe me. I like to look at how they will look on every color. Like for the black, I didn't make this available in black specifically because of the X's, even though the black would have really looked nice in my opinion. But not everything has to come in black, it's fine. The navy is still, you know, you can still tell with the black. And then of course, the image on the back, pretty much for every single color, looks good. I really love this color, like this light gray. Sport gray. You know, it's very neutral, love that. Red, a classic. The green and the yellow, I mean, the green and the red look kind of Christmassy, but this is definitely more of like a chartreusey yellow green versus like Christmas green. So I love how it looks. I love the red and the yellow contrast with the primary colors. Looks super aesthetic to me personally. Purple's okay. Purple and greenish yellow are complementary. The purple almost ties in with the text. Purple is not my favorite color, not my vibe. Not a bad thing, but you know. The green, I don't like too much. Not a fan of this color. Not against it, it's just not my cup of tea. I typically try to make colors available, even if I don't personally like them, because someone else might. This pink, I don't like. I don't like how this looks too harsh to my eye, even though I like how the back pink looks with the text. And of course, gray, neutral, can't be mad. The light pink's okay. This is a little bit harsh to my eye, but the back looks nice. So, and then this color. I love this color. This is called Heliconia, whatever. But this is the color of hoodie that I have my Scene Queen text on top of. It looks sick. Again, this is kind of harsh, but the back just gets me. This pink looks so good with the yellow. It looks so good with just the overall. The streamers match the pink. The text matches the pink. All around, 10 out of 10. I really like it. The blue, again, blue and yellow. Nice contrast with the purple. A nice contrast. This is a little bit harsh. I feel like maybe the printing wouldn't look too good on top of the blue. The orange I really love. Yellow and orange look really good together. The warm, I mean, even though the streamers are kind of cool toned, I think it still looks pretty good. I think the overall vibe looks pretty good on the orange, so I can't be mad. The maroon's okay. It's neutral. I think that this looks nice as a whole altogether because the photo is pretty, like, it's mute. Like, this is a very muted color, so I feel like it looks pretty good. Again, gray, neutral, can't be mad. This red looks more Christmassy, I feel like, in my opinion. I mean, the back looks okay. It's not my favorite. And then, of course, green. I like the green and the yellow, but it reminds me too much of, like, St. Patrick's Day. And it's just not what I'm going for, to be honest. So what I'm gonna do now is actually just grab a few of the items that I have created and actually bought myself, just so you can kind of see them in person versus like a computer screen, because obviously on a screen the image is perfect and clear and you can see, like, you can't see how it'll actually look on real fabric. So I'm gonna grab those and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have 4 of the things that I've made. The first is the Not Your Manic Pixie Dream Girl shirt. This is what she looks like in person. This is with the ransom letters. Very cute. I really like it. And just, you know, a fair reminder that you are able to do like bleach DIYs and actually color and dye the shirts without dyeing the like print, because it is printed, and this, you know, like when it's made so like dye doesn't stick to it, if that makes sense. So like you can bleach it, dye it, do whatever you want, to be honest, and the design will still stay. A very long way of saying that. But then second up is one of my favorites, if not, I mean, it's like tied between like my top favorite, because my other top favorite is like the exact same thing. But this is the Scene Queen Ransom Note. Again, I love the red with the letters. I just think it looks so cool. Also, just for, if you guys are curious, I typically get an extra large because I like being able to wear tights underneath my stuff without having to wear pants. So the extra large is big enough to cover my butt and where people will not be seeing my undies if I wear tights and stuff, because we like wearing big oversized things as dresses. Also, I lied, I have 5 things, not 4. The third thing is, unlike the rest in that this was not ordered off Teespring, I ordered this one. I don't remember what site I used, to be honest, because I wanted this like Henley. Is it Henley? No, it's not. Heathered gray, where it's like not just a solid color, it's got like the mixture of grays. But this is my Boys Like Girls sweatshirt. Love this so much. Again, just because you can't buy crew necks for boys like girls, and it's sad times. But super duper cute. Again, I just made a font and then had the drop shadow take over. But I love the heathered gray. I wish that Teespring offered heathered gray, but they don't, so I had to find it on a different website. And again, if you're gonna make something for yourself, don't be worrying about nothing. But if you're selling stuff, be wary of things. Fourth is my Emo Trash Sweatshirt. And again, I just have normal font with, I have two, maybe three actually. I have three drop shadows of a dark green, a middle green, and then like a lighter green. And like I just said, you are able to bleach and dye these. I actually showed how I bleached this sweatshirt in a DIY video from a few months ago. But super duper cute, very cozy. Teespring sweatshirts honestly are really nice. Like their classic, their crew necks and their hoodies. The inside of them is super duper nice and warm. It's not thin, which I like because where I live it's cold, so good shit. And then the last thing, which is tied for first place, is my other Scene Queen. This is just using a different font, and then I have three layers. I have the red backdrop, then a hot pink background that kind of matches the hoodie a little bit too much, but between the red and the light pink, you can still make out that it's a different color. And then I just have PNG files of a diamond and a little star. The red is really hard to see. In natural sunlight, you can tell the red super duper easily. On camera, it looks like nothing is different, but in person, it looks really good. I'm really happy with this. Love Valentine's Day colors. I matched my nails to it. It's so freaking cute. Even my eyes match it today. But this, I love this design so much. Again, Scene Queen is just like, I didn't make it up, but it's all about what you do with the phrase or the word or the picture or whatever. Like, it's what you do with it. And I turned Scene Queen into a Valentine's Day aesthetic dream, and I love it. I love this so much. I'm gonna wear it all the time. And again, that hot pink color is a newer shade addition to Teespring, I'm pretty sure, because I know it was not there before. But that is pretty much it. I know that this was a very long video. I'm hoping I can just edit it down to where you guys don't even know that it was a long video. But I hope that this was helpful. I'm gonna make the XOXO hoodie available. So as you guys are watching this, it is live, and I will leave a link down in the description if you want to check it out. I'm gonna order one. I like using Teespring because when you order a sample of your own stuff, you get a discount. So I can't be mad. Cannot be mad. But yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, let me know. Maybe something that I didn't go over. I'm not really sure what else there is really to say, but I'm excited. I'm excited that I came up with a new design, especially because I just took these photos today that I'm using for this hoodie. But it's super cute. I'm really happy with it. I'm super excited. And in a future video, I will show what it looks like in person. And of course, I'll take Instagram photos. Very excited about that. So hopefully this video was helpful. Again, I'm gonna try and leave do like alternatives to Photoshop down below if I can find them, or if you guys have any that maybe I don't find, feel free to comment them down below for people that maybe want a Photoshop alternative. If, again, you don't want to pay for the subscription, or if you're not familiar with Photoshop, Adobe products can be a lot. There's still a lot that I don't know how to do, but, you know, it's a vibe. But yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!